Bosphorus to take on Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir are new boys to this competition and fell short last time out in Europe, going down 2-0 to RB Leipzig. They do have some familiar names in their lineup though, with both Martin Skrtel and Rafael set to start in defence, while they also have Demba Ba on the bench. For PSG, once again Thomas Tuchel has placed Danilo Pereira at the heart of his defence, with Marquinhos the captain playing from the middle of the park. After reaching last year's final, Paris Saint-Germain got off to a bad start in their Champions League campaign as they went down 2-1 at home to Manchester United last week. They'll now be looking to bounce back when they head to the banks of the Bosphorus to take on Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir are new boys to this competition and fell short last time out in Europe, going down 2-0 to RB Leipzig. They do have some familiar names in their lineup though, with both Martin Skrtel and Rafael set to start in defence, while they also have Demba Ba on the bench. For PSG, once again Thomas Tuchel has placed Danilo Pereira at the heart of his defence, with Marquinhos the captain playing from the middle of the park. After reaching last year's final, Paris Saint-Germain got off to a bad start in their Champions League campaign as they went down 2-1 at home to Manchester United last week. They'll now be looking to bounce back when they head to the banks of the Bosphorus to take on Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir are new boys to this competition and fell short last time out in Europe, going down 2-0 to RB Leipzig. They do have some familiar names in their lineup though, with both Martin Skrtel and Rafael set to start in defence, while they also have Demba Ba on the bench. For PSG, once again Thomas Tuchel has placed Danilo Pereira at the heart of his defence, with Marquinhos the captain playing from the middle of the park. After reaching last year's final, Paris Saint-Germain got off to a bad start in their Champions League campaign as they went down 2-1 at home to Manchester United last week. They'll now be looking to bounce back when they head to the banks of the Bosphorus to take on Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir are new boys to this competition and fell short last time out in Europe, going down 2-0 to RB Leipzig. They do have some familiar names in their lineup though, with both Martin Skrtel and Rafael set to start in defence, while they also have Demba Ba on the bench. For PSG, once again Thomas Tuchel has placed Danilo Pereira at the heart of his defence, with Marquinhos the captain playing from the middle of the park. After reaching last year's final, Paris Saint-Germain got off to a bad start in their Champions League campaign as they went down 2-1 at home to Manchester United last week. They'll now be looking to bounce back when they head to the banks of the Bosphorus to take on Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir are new boys to this competition and fell short last time out in Europe, going down 2-0 to RB Leipzig. They do have some familiar names in their lineup though, with both Martin Skrtel and Rafael set to start in defence, while they also have Demba Ba on the bench. For PSG, once again Thomas Tuchel has placed Danilo Pereira at the heart of his defence, with Marquinhos the captain playing from the middle of the park. After reaching last year's final, Paris Saint-Germain got off to a bad start in their Champions League campaign as they went down 2-1 at home to Manchester United last week. They'll now be looking to bounce back when they head to the banks of the Bosphorus to take on Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir are new boys to this competition and fell short last time out in Europe, going down 2-0 to RB Leipzig. They do have some familiar names in their lineup though, with both Martin Skrtel and Rafael set to start in defence, while they also have Demba Ba on the bench. For PSG, once again Thomas Tuchel has placed Danilo Pereira at the heart of his defence, with Marquinhos the captain playing from the middle of the park. After reaching last year's final, Paris Saint-Germain got off to a bad start in their Champions League campaign as they went down 2-1 at home to Manchester United last week. They'll now be looking to bounce back when they head to the banks of the Bosphorus to take on Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir are new boys to this competition and fell short last time out in Europe, going down 2-0 to RB Leipzig. They do have some familiar names in their lineup though, with both Martin Skrtel and Rafael set to start in defence, while they also have Demba Ba on the bench. For PSG, once again Thomas Tuchel has placed Danilo Pereira at the heart of his defence, with Marquinhos the captain playing from the middle of the park. After reaching last year's final, Paris Saint-Germain got off to a bad start in their Champions League campaign as they went down 2-1 at home to Manchester United last week. They'll now be looking to bounce back when they head to the banks of the Bosphorus to take on Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir are new boys to this competition and fell short last time out in Europe, going down 2-0 to RB Leipzig. They do have some familiar names in their lineup though, with both Martin Skrtel and Raphael set to start in defence, while they also have Demba Ba on the bench. For PSG, once again Thomas Tuchel has placed Danilo Pereira at the heart of his defence, with Marquinhos the captain playing from the middle of the park. After reaching last year's final, Paris Saint-Germain got off to a bad start in their Champions League campaign as they went down 2-1 at home to Manchester United last week. They'll now be looking to bounce back when they head to the banks of the Bosphorus to take on Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir are new boys to this competition and fell short last time out in Europe, going down 2-0 to RB Leipzig. They do have some familiar names in their lineup though, with both Martin Skrtel and Raphael set to start in defence, while they also have Demba Ba on the bench. For PSG, once again Thomas Tuchel is to RB Leipzig. Well, we'll leave that just about there then. Welcome on to Independent Off-Tube Studio commentary of the Champions League Group H game between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. They just kicked off on the banks of the Bosphorus. It's PSG with the balls in an unfamiliar, I suppose it's purple kit with white trim. And Istanbul Basaksehir in all reddish orange at the game. Bolingoli on the ball for the hosts. Of course, won the Turkish Championship for the first time in their history last season. I've had a bit of a momentous rise, really, but lost 2-0 at RB Leipzig in their first Champions League game. This is their first home Champions League game, of course. Paris Saint-Germain losing 2-1 at home to Manchester United. And really disappointing. Won the got to the final last season. The hosts are on the attack here. That's a heavy touch though by Enzo Crivelli, their number 9, looking for skipper Emin Viska down the right hand side, and it trundles out for a goal kick. I'm Jack Ogilvie. Welcome along to the coverage, and as we've got a break in play, I'll run you through the two sides. 4-3-3 looks like for Basaksehir. Merk Gunok in goal, Raphael, Martin Skrtel, two former Premier League players of course, Alexandru Eperenyu, the Moldovan captain, and Bolingoli at the back for the host. Midfield three of Irfan Can Kaveci, Mehmet Topal and Berkay Özkan. Enzo Crivelli up front. It looks like Dennis Turek and Emin Viska will play either side of him. 4-4-2 for Paris Saint-Germain. Keylor Navas in goal. Danilo Florenzi. Danilo Pereira on loan from Porto, who has forever played as a holding midfielder and been a very good one at that. He's playing centre half. Presnel Kimpembe and Lervin Kurzawa. It looks like Ander Herrera and Marquinhos will hold the midfield. Angel Di Maria and Neymar out wide. Moise Kean and Kylian Mbappe. We've got an early yellow card. Frenchman Enzo Crivelli, an extended right leg, treading on Lervin Kurzawa. I know he's going to have to be careful. The 25-year-old might feel a bit hard done by, but one of those where you just caught him late, and you don't get away with those these days. Our referee tonight, Andres Ekberg, 35 years old, a policeman day to day. At the moment of the whistle this evening, taken short was the free kick, and PSG just trying to work the way in to the game. Working away to Florenzi. Seems to be forced out of Roma. PSG, of course, reacting to that victory, or the defeat rather, to Manchester United, with a 4-0 win over Dijon. And things going, after a bit of a shaky start really, things going a bit better, level to, well, top of the table, with a significant goal difference compared to Lille. And waiting on at the weekend. Istanbul Basaksehir, of course, winning the title for the first time in their history last season, but things have been a bit tougher. Have got their act together somewhat, but they've got just 8 points after 6 games. and sit 11th in the table, and maybe just adapting to their new status. Here is Marquinhos, the skipper, right-footed ball over the top, looking for Kylian Mbappe. Lovely touch by Mbappe, brought it down with his laces, and we'll have a run at Martin Skrtel. Tried to play it inside, but Bakary Özcan was there, and Marquinhos picks it up in midfield. Ander Herrera's got time to turn, bit of space. Neymar now puts his foot on the ball, and lovely slaloms past a couple of defenders. So that's great play by the veteran Mehmet Topal. However, it's been adjudged to a foul, the Brazilian. Topal, former Valencia man, looks confused, and I have to say, at first glance I agree with him. It was fantastic play by Neymar, who just wrong-footed two players, and Topal just was too strong for him. And I feel maybe there might have been an earlier tug, but he got his body in the way and won the ball. But Mr. Ekberg, the referee, felt there's enough in it. Let's have a free kick. And it's a decent opportunity, maybe a bit too far out. Levin Gazzar was there. Neymar's looking purposeful, so potentially something here. I would say it's over 30 yards. High line from the host. Neymar looks to put it in. Now it's Angel Di Maria's in there as well. And Marquinhos just got caught underneath the ball and just misjudged his jump. It was behind him as he jumped. He only headed back. PSG pick up the set. Florenzi, it's Herrera with wonderful technique on the volley, knocks it in. It's away by a home defender. Then Bolignoli plays a poor pass to Eperenyu, who just about does enough to get it away. It's a bit tear-em-scare-em stuff there. Eperenyu, though, knocks it out in the end. But PSG on the attack, and as I say that, of course, Angel Di Maria dribbles out of play. Goalless, 5.5 on the clock. If you are joining us live, independent off-tube studio commentary. That's a poor pass by Bolignoli. He's only found Mbappe, but Bakary Özcan is playing a strange ball back to his goalkeeper from the edge of the box, and they're making their own issues at the moment. Thomas Tuchel clearly thinks the Paris Saint-Germain should be a goal up. Unhappy on the bench. Now this time I have a bit of defending to do. It's Dennis Churuk down the left-hand side, and Herrera just trekking back and gets the tackle in. Okan Buruk, the home boss, barking out the orders. Bolignoli. Churuk tries to help it on, but Florenzi gets a foot in there. Churuk will leave the throw-in to his Belgian teammate, Bolignoli. And Mehmet Topal controls. It was a poor pass back, and Di Maria, clever footballer, played it off the Belgian, out for a throw-in. But again, PSG give it away. Marquinhos, and then Neymar kicked out at Emin Visca. It was only one thing in his mind there, and for my money, if Crivelli gets a booking, Neymar maybe should have had more than a stern talking to. He had no intention of playing the ball, and he just kicked at his back heel. That's poor play by Neymar. I think the referee potentially could have been a bit sterner there. Anyway, as it is, Raphael has it down the right-hand side, goes past Neymar, clearly fouls Raphael, and the assistant on the far side didn't give it. It's maybe a touch lenient at the moment. Here is Mbappe. What pace he showed to get past a couple of defenders. He's got Moshi Kane in centre field, cutting on his right foot from the left-hand side into the box. He's still going, plays the ball, goes for goal, straight at the goalkeeper, Mert Gunot. But that's the first time we've seen Mbappe. That was good play by the Frenchman. Maybe should have looked up, could have squared it a bit earlier, wanted to go for goal. A comfortable save in the end by Mert Gunot, but direct play by Mbappe. That's what PSG want to see more of. As Bolignoli plays it down the line, looking for Churuk. He's got the wrong side of Florenzi. Nobody's in the box. Crivelli's making ground in the middle, makes it to the penalty spot. His teammate knocks it back to Bolignoli. He'll get it out with his feet and go inside. Now it's Kavetsi. Wide to Emin Visca, the skipper. Thought about taking his man on. Went back to Kavetsi though. And the Turkish midfielder will turn and play a ball through to Crivelli. It's bounced off him. Maybe the surface isn't helping the home side at the moment. It just seems a bit bobbly as Florenzi then wins a throw-in, then booted clear by Ander Herrera over the halfway line. Martin Skrtel will let the ball bounce, and with the aim of letting it go for a throw-in. And out it goes home ball. 8.5 on the clock. Independent Tube Studio commentary. First shot we've seen of Raphael, the former Manchester United man. His throwing wasn't the best, given away by Visca. Bolognoli, though, cleverly steps in, and there's just too many bodies in the middle for the hosts, and it's just bouncing about everywhere at the moment. Visca eventually knocks it long. Kimpembe and Danilo look to deal with it. Kimpembe gets it wrong. Crivelli picks up the seconds inside the box, lays it back. Kvetsi goes for goal. However, that was a poor effort by the Turkish midfielder, and out and well wide in the end. That was better play. That's what they need to be. If you're Basaksehir tonight, onto the loose ball, you can see it. There was a big bit of turf that came up with it, so maybe he just kicked to the ground. Did the old footballer thing of looking at the grass to blame maybe a missed kick, but still wasn't too. It was a nice idea, just not very well executed. As again, a missed kick by Skirtle this time. It's not settled, this game. Neymar comes inside, steps away from his man, but that man Churik's doing a good job of tracking him down. Florenzi now over the halfway line. Looks up and finds Ander Herrera, central position, helped along by Kimpembe. Neymar's in the centre circle, trying to now at Danilo Herrera. Quinhos switches the play, really seems at home in this midfield role. Played most of his career to date as a central defender, but by their selection this evening and at the weekend at Dijon, you've got to think that Thomas Tuchel sees Marquinhos as a midfield player, despite the arrival of Danilo Pereira, who again is playing as a centre half this evening. Marquinhos turns. Di Maria just tries to flick it over the top, looking for Mbappe. Raphael read it. Emin Visca now for the host. Raphael will turn, little ball around the corners, a good one as well, and here is Kvetsi. Ozcan takes it off him, and now there's a bit of space for Bolognoli to move into. In fact, taken off him by Churik. He'll cut inside, 23 on his back, inside to Mehmet Topal. Topal just helps it on. There's a man wide, low ball into Raphael. Touch wasn't the best, but it took him into space. Didn't quite fancy the first time cross. Ball comes in, a header as well. It's Kvetsi. It just skimmed off the top of his head. Then Churik following up, just slipped when he had half a yard. His cross is blocked away by Alessandro Florenzi. Out for a corner kick to the hosts, who, after a bit of a nervous start, seemed to be coming into it. It was a good ball in by Raphael, just over the head of Kvetsi. I'll say just too high for him. But he got the jump. No one seemed to be marking him. No one trapped the runner from the middle of the park, and it's a corner kick taken by Churik. Left footer, so an outswinger. Maybe it'll tempt Keylor Navas to come. Danilo is with the header away. Seconds are picked up by Churik. Again, following up his corner. And he'll just let the ball roll out for a throw in round about the halfway line to the host. But a decent start to this game. Still goalless in the Group H clash between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain, but chances for both teams so far. The surface doesn't look so good in Istanbul. There's a few losing the footing, and that's what Kvetsi will say and when he's asked about his effort. The ball has rolled to him about 30 yards out. Maybe saw his name in lights, but sliced right across the ball. He went out for a goal kick. PSG's best player has been Kylian Mbappe so far this evening. He showed real directness to get in down the left-hand side. Maybe could have squared to Moise Kean. Went for goal himself. Comfortable save, though, by the goalkeeper, Mert Gunok. Decent game so far. Remains 0-0 on the home side. Again, just knocking it about. But Raphael, the best pass to Eperenu. But they're going again here, Istanbul Basaksehir. Wide to Emin Visca. Cuts inside, he's still going. Can he get the shot away? It's deflected. Navas is scrambling. He'll keep it in. It won't be a corner kick. It was going wide, and so he was scrambling. It just got caught in the lights in our TV pictures there and away. But that was good play by Emin Visca. He was a dangerous player. Been around a bit as Visca. 30 years old these days. but certainly still has something about him. That's a heavy challenge by Raphael on Mbappe. He controlled, and he's ran into him. A good old-fashioned body check. Raphael pleads his innocence, but he's never been afraid to try and punch above his weight, has he, the Brazilian? And a free kick to PSG, round about on the halfway line. Mbappe slow to his feet, but I think he'll be okay. Maybe just landed a bit awkwardly. And well, you can see he's not happy at all. And back underway. Kimpembe into Marquinhos. Kimpembe down the line. Marquinhos. Now Neymar. Danilo Pereira over the halfway line. This is the advantage on a midfield player in defence. Comfortable over the ball, brings it forward. Now Di Maria. Florenzi. Back into Di Maria. Wants it back to Florenzi, but Di Maria had a couple of touches. Now Marquinhos. There's a bit of space for Kimpembe. Could have opened the play up to Kazawa, who's holding a good width on the left-hand side, but Neymar came in and there was just too many bodies in there. And it's through to Crivelli. Can he get it out of his feet? Just couldn't control. He's still going there. He's got Visca centrally. And Chiruk on the left-hand side. Goes for goal! Emin Visca there. Decent effort as well. Had the goalkeeper scrambling. And that's what Keylor Navas is saying to his teammates there. They've got to be better there. Just got to see a replay. Crivelli gets in between Kimpembe and Danilo. Does well to hold it up. This gets a touch away. Shoots. Is wide of the target by a yard or so. I don't think the goalkeeper was overly troubled. But even so, that was too easy. And you could say PSG got away with one there. Kimpembe now finds Danilo. Herrera's dropped out of the midfield. And back to Danilo. Patient play this by Paris Saint-Germain, but no real pattern of play so far. They're struggling to get Moise Kean into the game. Neymar now Kean. He's got time. Should have opened out if he'd got the shout, but went back to Marquinhos. Mbappe. Into Di Maria. Di Maria miscontrols. Just hesitated a second there. Mehmet Topal's header away is not the best, but strangely it's worked out for him because it bounced to Raphael. And then Crivelli calls, he wants an elbow in the face. There was a high arm, I suppose, by Kimpembe, but he had control of the ball. It did look a bit dramatic by Crivelli, of course, on a yellow card for a foul on Kazawa. Now Kazawa on the left-hand side. Searching ball towards the back post. Neymar's in there, headed away well by Bognoli. And Basaksehir, I'm going to try and play the way out. They can't though. Kazawa feeds it back in. Now Di Maria edge of the box. Left foot, it's a decent effort. Just wide. Of Merg Unok's right hand post. Think he got a deflection on the way out. It's going to be a corner kick. The goalkeeper wants a bit more pressing on the ball there. Seeing it again. Just couldn't quite get it out of his feet. Di Maria. And here's a corner kick. Going to be taken by Neymar. Danilo, Marquinhos, Kazawa, Mbappe, Ken, all in the box. It's drilled to Florenzi. I'm not sure it's a ball he wanted or knew he was going to get. And he kind of gives Neymar a look of, well, what do you want me to do with that? He got a shot away, but it was under pressure. And it was well wide of the target in the end. And, well, they're seeing that Emin Visca play again. I'm seeing a few of his highlights. Got that shot away with his left foot. I saw Keylor Navas scrambling. Herrera it was with the deflection. The safety for PSG, but I'd say maybe Istanbul Basaksehir having the better of the two teams so far, but nothing to show for it. Still 0-0. Still 0-0 between Krasnodar and Chelsea. The other game you can catch on this service. The Blues, of course, 0-0 against Sevilla in their opening match. And seem to be finding a bit of solidity, don't they, at the back? After question marks over the way they've been set up as Kazawa picks the pocket of Emin Visca. Now Neymar, edge of the box. Can he get the shot away? Just wanted too long. And Raphael stepped in. Still PSG ball, though. That was, well, Herrera was trying to play for the foul from Bolognoli. Referee not having any of it at all, and Jurek will break down the left-hand side. PSG getting bodies back. It's Oskamp. Again, Jurek dinks a ball into Crivelli, who controls quite nicely. But again, just wouldn't sit for him. He's still got it though. Bolognoli thinks about getting out of his feet and crossing in. Plays the ball. Oh, a little nutmeg by him on Ander Herrera. And now Epineru. And this is better play by the hosts. Trying to inject a bit of control into play. Lovely chipped ball to Bakary Ozcan. Now there's a bit of space opened up. Kavetsi goes for the shot again. Maybe a bit too obvious, well blocked, but it still comes up to Basaksehir. Reverse ball back to Ozcan, trying to work that yard for a shot. Kavetsi wide. Now Viska back to his number 17. Kavetsi wants the shot, can't quite open that yard up. Wanted on his left foot. He wasn't going to be shown it by Marquinhos. Viska gets down the line, squeezes across. Kimpembe just gets her foot in there, and it's away. Angel Di Maria will try and take it away. And Mbappe now breaks forward, wins a throw-in as well. Rafael De Silva it was coming back, and Neymar looks like he may have a problem here. He's receiving treatment from a couple of physios on the touchline, stretching out as if it might be a muscular issue. Mbappe is just pausing things as his teammate receives a bit of treatment. Thomas Tuchel's there as well, asking him the question. And maybe a hip issue, I'm not quite sure. They're looking pretty concerned though, the physios. I suppose when you've got your record signing on the touchline there, you're going to be concerned. But PSG playing on a bit of a reshuffle. Looks like Moise Kean's gone wide. Mbappe up front. As Mbappe receives the throw, but Rafael gets the ball. And heavy strapping, they're applying heavy strapping to Neymar's thigh. So have a thigh or hamstring, that upper leg area. Marquinhos, little reverse ball. And Mehmet Topal, Emin Viska, Kavetsi breaking from midfield, helps it back to Viska, who'll just dart inside and switch the play to Bolognoli. He's got Jurek, who plays as a real left winger, hooks the touchline and wants to take Florenzi on, but Florenzi does well, holds him up. Now Topal, Viska, Crivelli, now Moise Kean. And well, he does well there, the youngster, still only 20 years old. Moise Kean, it's hard to forget, he's obviously been around Juventus, had that tough spell at Everton, seems to have adapted quite quickly to life at Paris Saint-Germain. Wins his side a free kick, and still goalless, so almost into the 23rd minute. Marquinhos, Danilo Pereira wide to Florenzi, bodies forward, goes inside to Ander Herrera. Now Danilo, swept across by Pesnal Kimpembe. Outside the football to Marquinhos isn't the best. There doesn't seem to be much pattern of play for PSG this evening. It's a bit of a strange performance so far. Drilled across. Jurek, can he catch Rafael's cross ball? But him and Crivelli had a look, but couldn't quite get there. And he goes out for a goal kick. Neymar's back on with that strapping. And no, he's doing the universal signature for a substitution, rolling one hand over the other, and he's doing his best to make it over to the touchline. Really interesting playing on. Having a look at the bench, Rafinha or Pablo Sarabia might be options to replace him. Quite a young looking bench have PSG this evening. Demba Ba, one of the substitutes for Istanbul Basaksehir. For fans of Premier League football, Chelsea, West Ham, Newcastle of course. Little drop of the shoulder, Mbappe goes past his man like he's not even there. Kurzawa wants it, Mbappe couldn't quite squeeze it back to his teammate, gives him the thumbs up. Out for a corner kick. And a chance for PSG to load the box, but will Neymar be able to take it? They're still not taking him off. He will be taking this corner kick under usual circumstances. But it looks like, I think Di Maria has gone over to take it. Obviously they haven't got anyone ready just yet. And Di Maria, outswinger into towards Marquinhos. It's Topal with a header away. Visca will pick up the seconds over his shoulder into a bit of space. Kimpembe sweeping up, doesn't go up for the corners. The World Cup winner helps it all the way back to Keylor Navas. It's outside his area and knocks it low, looking for Di Maria. Free header is Martin Skrtel's. Then Mehmet Topal gets one off the back of the head, but it's worked out for the host. Crivelli couldn't quite control. And well, Neymar's on the ball here, and he's just given away to Churuk. Crivelli wide on the left hand side, vacated his central role. Bolignoli rolls it out of his feet. He's got shirts inside him. One of those is Mehmet Topal. He'll run onto it. Churuk hugging the left hand touchline. Crivelli ahead of him. Instead, though, Ozcan will go back to Eperenyu, rather. And now Skrtel building from the back and building confidence, you feel, Istanbul Basaksehir. Rafael Kavetsi inside and finds Visca, always busy, the skipper. Topal sweeps it across to Ozcan, who's got a bit of space in a central position. Wide is Churuk. Can he deliver across? Thinks about going first time. Little couple of step overs, still going. Back to Topal. Again, Churuk, he's got Bolignoli helping him out down the left hand side. He digs out a ball more than anything, back to Skrtel. And a couple of times he had the opportunity to put the ball into the box, and it's not to be. Rafael into Kavetsi. Rafael again is in space. Will he go for a shot? Yes, he will go for a shot, and it's well saved. Palmed away by Navas. Powerful palm as well. Found the penalty spot. And then Herrera's a bit overly casual. Gets away with it. Now the break may be on with Di Maria over the halfway line. Kane wanted it quickly, but I think Neymar may have... well, he's just hanging about on the touchline and helps the ball out. And it will be Pablo Sarabia, who's got a good record in the Champions League, who will come on and, well, Neymar heads straight down the tunnel. And Sarabia will come on and may cause a bit of a reshuffle this, him and Angel Di Maria. Lorenzi's got a problem as well. Maybe something with his socks, or he's got scissors in his hands and he's arguing with the assistant. Thomas Tuchel tried to drink from his water bottle with the cap on. It's just not working for PSG at the moment. Still goalless in this game. As at PSG, Sarabia gets his first touch in a central position into Marquinhos. Sarabia busy already. Di Maria now wide to Kazawa. Bodies in the box behind Sarabia. It wasn't the most sympathetic ball. Left away by Emin Visca. Still goalless between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain, and the headline news so far is that Neymar has had to go off with an injury. Not quite sure when it happened. He'd been pretty eventful early in the game. He had a few kick-outs at people, and his demeanour just wasn't quite there. He then picked up this injury. He's tried to strap him up, strapping around his thigh and hamstring area on his left leg. However, he decided, or he knew straight away it wasn't going to work for him. He had to go off, and has since been replaced by Pablo Sarabia. I have to say, Istanbul Basaksehir have been the better side so far. They've had a couple of half chances, but nothing really too clear-cut in this game. Still 0-0. As again, it's a misplaced pass by Rafael this time, and his team concede a throw-in. But we're seeing, or we're replaying that effort. Well saved by Keylor Navas, and again PSG have given away, but so have the hosts. And the break is on. Pablo Sarabia works it wide to Kylian Mbappe on the left-hand side. He'll cut in and go for goal, maybe. No, works his way into the box. He's still going. Is Mbappe towards the byline. He's going away from his teammates. Helps it back to Di Maria. He goes for goal and blocked away by a vibrant yellow shirt, as they are this evening. Basaksehir. But doesn't seem to be much in inclination to find a teammate there from Mbappe. Sarabia, then Raphael, last touch, corner kick to the visitors, and a chance to send up Marquinhos or Danilo. They have got height in this team, and well, again, there's no doubt in the individual quality of PSG. It's the collective, isn't it? That's sometimes the problem. Ball into the box, goalkeeper comes, misses, and Herrera, looping header, looking for the far post. You can see what he was trying to do. He was trying to head it over everybody and drop it into that far post. It wasn't to be, though. Out for a goal kick. Seeing again, the goalkeeper didn't look clever at all on that cross. He was caught underneath the ball, and well, he was suggesting he was being fouled, but I think that was a touch ambitious by the goalkeeper. Still goalless in our game then. Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 0 as well. Neither one being offered on this service at the moment. There is plenty of others on show this evening. 2 championship games, Bournemouth against Bristol City and Luton against Nottingham Forest. Both those 7:45 kickoffs, and 8 o'clock Juventus v Barcelona. And the other game in this group is, of course, Manchester United against RB Leipzig. Both of those 8 o'clock. Enzo Crivelli, that was a clear handball for a man on a yellow card. He needs to be careful. The referee, one more chance maybe in that tussle with Kurzawa. And PSG again get on the ball. It's Herrera over the halfway line. Sarabia's making space on the right hand side. Florenzi, who seems to have sorted his sock issue, gets it back off Herrera. Florenzi. Now Sarabia. Herrera into Danilo. Kimpembe. Marquinhos. Left footed ball, nice flick ball. Florenzi, great technique, volleyed it across. Well read though by Eperenu, and it'll be a throw in to PSG. Florenzi to take it. Once the option has evolved into a real flying right back, hasn't he? Florenzi started off maybe as a striker or a number 10 at Roma. Really evolved into a fine right back, has the Italian. Now Danilo on the halfway line. Clips the ball across field. Switch to play to Levin Kurzawa. Now Angel Di Maria can turn. Mbappe into Florenzi. Florenzi drifts it across, it's deflected across. It comes to Kurzawa, who gets the shot away. It was skidding off the surface. Again, tried to get his head over it. Couldn't quite do so. And it's over the crossbar, out for a goal kick. Di Maria, in fact, the last touch came off Di Maria, was doing his best to dive out the way so that he didn't block Kurzawa's effort, deflected it over the top, and the host will now try and play out from the back. And riskily so. Mehmet Topal's just having to rescue things in the middle now. Ozcan is dribbling his way out of trouble and does well in the end, actually. Bolognoli, left-footed ball over the top. Keeper Churuk. Danilo shows good pace to sweep up. Unfamiliar role from centre-half, but he's shown good awareness so far. Renu gets the header away. Then it's Marquinhos. Bit of head tennis going on here. Bolognoli eventually brings it down. And now Churuk out of play in the end. Last off a home side. A home player rather. Out for a throw-in. And the hosts have it again. PSG's ball retention has not been great so far. 32.5 on the clock, still goalless in the Group H games. Independent of Tube Studio commentary. It's a long ball from goalkeeper Mert Junok to his opposing goalkeeper Keil Navas. And Navas, lovely bit of technique there. Just floated it to Kurzawa, who ran onto it in space. Di Maria, Kurzawa again, edge of the box. A little reverse ball. Di Maria gets the shot away. It's across the front of the goal. No one in there. Di Maria, a bit of a right smile, looks to the skies. But Istanbul not hanging around, trying to get on with it. Down the line to Crivelli. Kimpembe will come across, sweep up and help it back. Good tempo to the game, just not quite the quality matching it at the moment. As and Herrera helps out. Di Maria, now Mbappe. And on to Havetti. Oh, lovely step by Churuk. fouled quite obviously by Florenzi, but the advantage played. Bolognoli, Crivelli's his only target in the middle of the park. It deflects off of a PSG man and away by Marquinhos. Maybe the free kick would have been the better option than the advantage there. PSG trying to play out from the back, trying to get away with it just because they've got a player as good as Angel Di Maria. And Marquinhos and Herrera. Now Danilo Pereira out to Florenzi. Danilo into Kimpembe. Herrera. Pass was short to Florenzi and Bolognoli got in there. Herrera made amends though with the second tackle. Swept forward looking for Mbappe. Was he offside? No. Into Ken. Ken goes down. It's going to be kept by Sarabia. Save, and then there's a bit of maybe a hint of a back pass. I'm not quite sure. All in all, it was an offside, I think, against Mbappe. They're letting the play roll out, as is the directive at the moment. Yes, he was about half a yard off. And yes, seeing it again. Seeing that lovely bit of play between Navas and Cazorla. Actually, it was a lovely sliced ball as much as anything, straight to Cazorla, who brought it down his instep. Great technique by the PSG left back. Not quite come to anything though for Le Parisien so far in this game. Goalless, 10 minutes until the break. Free kick to the hosts. 4-ball looking for Emin Visca. Cazorla wins it. Visca's stayed down from that challenge. Danilo Pereira. And I think PSG will put the ball out through Kimpembe. It will be a throw-in to the hosts. In fact, is it Enzo Crivelli who was out on the wide? No, I'll get there eventually. It was in fact Irfan Khan Havetzi who went up and might have been in his landing. I can't quite see where he may have landed on his back. Actually, that might be the problem. Yes, just holding his right hip. Maybe he fell awkwardly. A bit of a laugh all round. Not quite sure what's going on between the assistant, the fourth official, who is Christopher Carlson. Swedish team of officials this evening, barring Graham Stewart, the Scottish assistant referee. And we've had a drop ball. It's not quite worked out. We're going to have a replay of the drop ball, which is to Kimpembe. And we go again. Marquinhos now to Danilo. He's got a bit of space, the right centre half of PSG. Works out to Florenzi. Ken's making a run down the line. 1-2 between Florenzi and Sarabia. Herrera can find Marquinhos, who can open out towards Cazorla. Cazorla will control. Signed a new contract with the club last summer, having seemingly been on his way out. Lampern, that's another option, but he's unavailable at the moment. Sarabia, nice play, lets it roll across him, finds Florenzi, space on the right hand side, helps it back to Mbappe at the penalty spot, couldn't direct it on target. That's the best we've seen from either side, really. Great play, Sarabia letting the ball run across his body there. Florenzi was ever running on the right hand side. Mbappe from the penalty spot, clever movement by the Frenchman, just dropped off his man, however just couldn't get his body around the ball and wide of the target. That's the best we've seen there, like I say, and that just shows that maybe Paris Saint-Germain are just clicking into gear, and that Istanbul Basaksehir will have to be more clinical when they do get the chances. They only really had half chances so far. That's the best chance I'd say we've seen for Paris Saint-Germain. Still goalless, but potential signs that Paris Saint-Germain are finding a bit of gear. Of course, Neymar has gone off through injury. Kylian Mbappe showed some nice pace early on to shoot straight at the goalkeeper, Mukgonuk, but we've just seen PSG's best move. Sarabia came on for Neymar. He's been good since coming on and showed a lovely skill to let the ball roll across his body, charging up into space. He cut it back, clever ball to Kylian Mbappe, pulled off his man. He went for goal but couldn't quite direct it on target, wide of the upright. Best bit of play we've seen so far. I mean, Visca's just gone close with a shot as well for the host. Decent game, still goalless. Much to the frustration of both Thomas Tuchel and his opposite number Okan Buruk. And seeing a montage of efforts so, or snapshots really, at the moment, with a bit of a break in play. But, yeah, here is Marquinhos. Into Kane. Kane rolls his man, gets the block, does Skirtle there. That was experienced defending. It was good play by Kane initially, and turned, but did very, very well. Now on the break is Churuk. Down the left-hand side, lovely turn by Crivelli, gets him away to Emin Visca. Thought about the shot, Raphael wasn't overlapping. Gets it eventually, there's a Brazilian. Helps in, Danilo Pereira, heads it away. PSG can't quite clear though. And Raphael will find Visca. His control's not the best though, and it's a real mess, but Angel Di Maria somehow comes away with it, then passes to nobody, and Skirtle intercepts. Chiruk turns, Cavezzi, now Bolognoli. This is a shooting chance at the twice. I don't think the surface did him any favours. It bobbled away from him, then he slipped into Danilo. It would have been a free kick, but the advantage was given. Now Mbappe slaloms his way through, clearly fouled, shot by Di Maria's save, but the free kick's going to come to PSG's advantage. And I can tell you as well, Chelsea have taken the lead in their trip away to Krasnodar. Jorginho had missed a penalty earlier in the game, but Callum Hudson-Odoi has put them ahead. I think post VAR as well. I think there's been a bit of a delay in the match in Russia, but 1-0 now to Chelsea. Goalless in ours if you are just joining us. 40 and a bit on the clock. Independent of Tube Studio commentary, Champions League Group H. Seeing that Bolognoli slips into his man and trips up Danilo. I think recognised it wasn't deliberate, and the referee waved play on. Looks like Herrera and Di Maria who stood over the ball. 26 metres to the goal, the distance to the left of the posts. Herrera clearly fancies it. Di Maria, the angle's against him, but one of that quality, you never count him out. 5 Paris Saint-Germain shirts, Marquinhos, Kurzawa, Danilo, Ken and Mbappe in the box. And a 4-man wall. Herrera. Di Maria goes for a goal, it's deflected up in the air, the goalkeeper's got to be careful, and she takes a smart catch in front of Danilo and clears long to no, and that was, I'm not quite sure what he was aiming for there, the goalkeeper. And Sarabi will pick up the pieces. Herrera, now Florenzi. Danilo, Florenzi. Danilo, and now Kurzawa. Kimpembe will help it over the halfway line. And Di Maria into Mbappe. Mehmet Topal will take it away, and Raphael will look to knock it over his head more than anything. It comes to nothing. He's bouncing around, and Kurzawa will pick up the piece. No, Kimpembe steps in, and Carrera almost gave it away to Churuk. Looking to go back to Danilo, but Danilo did well just to intercept. Well read there by the Portuguese at the heart of the PSG defence this evening. And it's he on the ball. He'll find Florenzi. 2.5 on the clock till half time. Ken finds a bit of space, but Epereneu's just about there. And deflects back to his goalkeeper, Merk Jonu. And the Moldovan gets it back of his goalkeeper into Bolognoli. Again, the surface isn't helping anybody. It just bobbled off his foot. And inadvertently played it, he miscontrolled, played it round the man and got it on the other side. Raphael breaks into space. He's got Visca inside. Visca receives it as well, the skipper for the hosts. Who's his option? Cavetti's in space. Crivelli has it on the edge of the box. Marquinhos though reads it too easily, and Florenzi will dig out a clearance towards the halfway line as Skirtle bided his time, eventually got it, and he's still going, the Slovakian now, into Cavetti. Churuk on the left hand side. skillfully inside to Visca. There's a man in Mehmet Topol who's got a bit of space. Into Visca again. What's his left foot like? Well, it wins his side a corner, which will be taken by the Bosnian skipper. Imagine they'll be sending everyone up from the back as well, heading towards the final minute of this half. Visca then, an in-swinger. Had Churuk taken them from this side, so it would have been an out-swinger, but obviously want to test Keylor Navas. And maybe Visca just wants to get more involved in the game. Towards the back post, heads go up, it's Kazawa with the header away. Seconds, Florenzi didn't quite fancy the header, he wanted to go for the spectacular, got away with it though. And now Mbappe will try and keep it in. Clearly body checked by Churuk, and either way the ball had gone out for a throw-in. And his demeanour's not great tonight, Kylian Mbappe. He's not had much service. They look very disjointed to Paris Saint-Germain this evening. It's a strange performance so far by Thomas Tuchel's men. 1-0 Chelsea at the break. They have gone in 1 to the good in their game. Still goalless if you are just checking in on us. Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. Best effort really from Kylian Mbappe, but PSG have lost Neymar due to what looked like a muscle injury. We hope to have him back as soon as they can, as Visca drops the shoulder and goes past Di Maria, and it's a searching ball towards Crivelli. Danilo's just covers the run and will look to go long. Deflected off. 2 minutes have been added on to the first half. You see that Di Maria free kick from a few moments ago. It was Skirtle who got the header away from the bench. From the wall rather. As throwing then to PSG deep in their own territory. Herrera gets off Florenzi. Florenzi will launch it cross field. Strange ball, and Kvetsi picks it up, but he's going back towards his own goal, and Eperenyu will have to get the seconds and go back to his goalkeeper. Musi Ken's making a good chase here and putting him under pressure. It's a slice clearance by Mort Junok. Now Ozcan, who's been lively, and all the way back to the goalkeeper again. He strikes it clear, looking for Visca. Marquinhos, Herrera battling away in the middle of the park, helps it off of Ozcan. Out for a throw on the near side, taken quickly by Florenzi to Danilo, and Danilo will put his foot on the ball and will ask his teammates where the options are. No one's really helping him at the moment. Herrera comes inside, 30 seconds or so left of the half. Marquinhos, Danilo, Florenzi wide on the right hand side, and Kimpembe into Herrera, Marquinhos, Danilo, Kimpembe, and helped at Woolworths. Raphael thought it intercepted, maybe a half chance here. Kazawa was going to go for goal. It's blocked by Topal. Mbappe's wide on the left hand side. Thought about crossing, thought better of it. Wants a shooting chance maybe. Goes across goal to Florenzi at the back post. Drilled in, blocked by Eperenyu. And eventually it's cleared long, and that's the end of the half. 0-0 between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. Join us shortly with second half coverage. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced a save from Junok, and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour, but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced a save from Junok, and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have also went wide after good Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. Best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right-hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come from Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced save from Junok and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour but not really tested Keylor Navas so far. It's goalless at the break. Goalless at the break between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. It's two sides struggling to find any real rhythm. PSG's best chances have come through Kylian Mbappe. He forced a save from Junok, and also went wide after a good play by Pablo Sarabia and Florenzi down the right hand side. They've been hit by losing Neymar to what looks like a hamstring or thigh injury. The Brazilian walking off halfway through the first half. The hosts have shown plenty of endeavour, but not. We'll just leave that there. Back underway, goalless between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. No Neymar for PSG. He limped off in the first half. It looked like a muscular injury. Thigh or hamstring, that kind of area. He got a bit of strapping, but it soon became apparent that he couldn't continue. And Pablo Sarabia came on for him, and to be fair, Sarabia did well. And it's Sarabia on the ball now, intercepting the Bolognoli pass, and he breaks forward. He's got Ken to his right, Mbappe to his left. The ball find Mbappe as well. 6 yards out, back to Sarabia and over the crossbar. Was it a great block by Skirtle, or a mistake by Sarabia? He's trying to call the I'll tell the referee rather that it was a great block. I'm not entirely convinced either way. We'll maybe get a better look on our TV pictures here. It's across to him, and no, it just gets underneath the ball there, Sarabia, and over the bar it goes. So clearance, and well, Istanbul Basaksehir live to fight another day. The teams then, 4-3-3 for the hosts. Mert Günok in goal, Rafael Skirtle, Eperenu and Bolognoli, the back four. Midfield trio, Kavetsi, Topal and Oshkam. Dennis Turek and Emin Viska, the skipper, either side of Enzo Crivelli. For PSG, 4-4-2 or 4-2-2-2, I suppose, as Navas in goal, Florenzi, Dino, Kimpembe and Kazawa. The holding two, Herrera and Marquinhos, Di Maria and Sarabia ahead of them, with Moise Kean and Mbappe as a strike partnership going forward. Danilo will find ball with the outside of his right foot. He'll reach the touchline towards Ken. It's a searching ball. It rolls across the 6-yard line, and Raphael's safety first approach by him helps it out for a throw-in on the far side. And well, to safety as far as Istanbul come along, and well, Mehmet Topal was the last touch. Now Mbappe, lovely dancing feet, will find Marquinhos towards the back post, and Sarabia into the feet of well, looking for the feet of a teammate. Seeing that ball across, Ken's almost there, and it's Skirtle just gets it, glances the top of his right instep, and out and away saved by Raphael. But that was almost a blockbuster start to this second half. Eperenu forward, Danilo rescues the ball. Now Viska taking the long sleeves off in the short sleeves for this second half. Florenzi forward to Moise Kean, who shows good strength to see off Eperenu, and then is kicked to the ground. That's got to be a yellow card. The Moldovan defender he went in and the book after just 2 minutes or so. It was great strength by Ken, and he was just tripped. There was no getting away from it. It was good play, and yeah, there was no intention of playing the ball by the defender there. Looking at Ken as it was, and yes, he'll have to be careful now. Moise Kean's looked quite good actually in this game. PSG have struggled to get him into the game, but when he's had his touches, he's looked quite sharp. Here is Florenzi. He tries to help it in. Those two know each other from the Italian national setup. Can't find his teammate. It will be a throw-in, though Bolognoli, the last man to touch the ball. And Florenzi with the throw. Sarabia. Florenzi back and cuts inside, goes back to Herrera. Marquinhos is inside, all the way back to Danilo Pereira, though. And Resnal Kimpembe will open up his feet. Go forward. Kazawa inside, or down the line rather. Mbappe reaches the touchline. It was the last touch came off Mbappe there. Skirtle read it well, and Mbappe has to concede that it's not going to be his ball. Touch control with his left button. Skirtle played it with his own left foot onto Mbappe's rather, and out it went. 5 minutes of the second half, gone goalless between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. Still 1-0 to Chelsea in their game away in Russia at Krasnodar. Callum Hudson-Odoi was the goal scorer. They already missed a penalty for Jorginho. As Moise Kean will find Shuruk. Bolognoli inside to Visca. It wasn't the most sympathetic ball to Visca. He had to stretch to control and couldn't bring it under his spell into the hands of Keylor Navas, and bowled out to Kimpembe. There's a bit of space for Angel Di Maria. Inside ball to Mbappe, who rides one challenge, finds or tries to find Di Maria. Then Visca, he plays a nice little 1-2 of Özcan. Özcan, great feat by the Turkey midfielder, and helps it wide to Bolognoli. He's got Shuruk to his left, uses him as well. Thinks about the cross, goes towards the back post, it bounces. Crivelli went near post, the ball went towards the far, and it went out for a goal kick. Thomas Tuchel's not happy at all. His team have looked sluggish this evening. They seem to have come so far in reaching the final last year, didn't they? But things have just not worked out as maybe they would have. As Moise Kean into Crivelli. Now Özcan. Visca. Rafael. Visca again. Visca on the overlap. Low ball in. It's Danilo with the clearance. He's played well at centre half tonight as Danilo. Oh, Marquinhos, that's a risky ball, and it's going to be picked up as well by Shuruk, who's gone from left to right. Rafael into Kavetsi, dinks it around the corner. Rafael's got a bit of time to measure a ball towards the back post. It's going over everybody, and it's going out for a goal kick. Well, that was good play. Good play. They have shown some nice touches of the hope post and away. Danilo Pereira strides out of defence. Really nice, elegant player, isn't he, Danilo Pereira? Good on the ball, good composure. Shown his positional intelligence, I suppose. Porto, but he's east side. I thought he played in the middle of the park with Marquinhos dropping back, but Marquinhos really guiding the team around the field from central midfield these days. And at the back with a lack of central picked up by Martins picked up by Angel Di Maria. I thought it was Martin Skirler first, but Mehmet Topal was not a nice challenge at all from behind. I'm not sure how much contact there was, but he swept in from right behind, and it's going to be a yellow card, the third of the game. He can have no complaints, really. Just going to see it again. He's everywhere. He's everywhere, but nowhere near the ball there in time. It's not a good play, but they're 34 years old. Mehmet Topal, yeah, not great. Yellow card for him. Referee Andres Ekberg didn't overreact to anything. Gave himself figure things out, and all ended well. So long clearance by Keylor Navas, headed away by Skirtle, picked up second time round by Sarabia. Ball bounced off him. Again, read it well and chips it over at Crivelli, and may have just ball off a bit more, bitten off a bit more than he could have chewed there, because PSG, the official, Seeing again, didn't know Elsie back, and well, it's clearly off Crivelli. The French striker was even. Jurek helps it, and it's to Kazar, is Raphael. Now Ozcan. Topal's just dropping deep. Ozcan feeds to Eprenero. And then Liska. Bolignoli. Ozcan's just inside it, and Kavitsi wants it. Ups it back to Kavitsi. And now towards the back post. Raphael Florenzi, ooh, cool as you like. I'm not sure he knew where Edwin Visca was, but just chested it back to Keylor Navas. And the goalkeeper was Tuchel. I have to say, looking a bit apprehensive for his side, losing their opening Champions League game, making final last year outfit. They were. Herrera over the halfway line. Sarabia, he's been very bright since coming on. He finds Di Maria. Is there a shot coming its way? It worked wide to Mosley Ken. Still going to the byline, and the angle was against him there. Personally, I think that Di Maria probably could have shot himself. Breaks on the other end. Emin Visca, he's got 3 orange shirts with him. The ball is played by him. And that just shows that how many bodies that Paris Saint-Germain leave up the field, I suppose, with gaps and gaps and plenty of space for the home side to attack there. PSG perhaps got away with them. It was a good save by the goalkeeper, who, when it has been called upon, has been sharp tonight, Keylor Navas. Great ball, Herrera around the corner. Oh, fortunately for the host, Mark Gunok read it. Now Churix, he's playing from the right now. Good tackle by Kimpembe. He comes to Kovetsi, wanted the shot. He's got Emin Visca. And now Ozcan. Silva, Rafael da Silva, working wide. He's got space to hit and bodies in the box, but goes to Ozcan instead. Ozcan makes his way into the area. It's all a bit intricate at the moment, not quite direct enough from Basaksehir. Epreneu works it wide to Raphael, who does well to control it with his chest there. Ozcan's got a lot of bodies around him in these purple shirts PSG are in tonight. And Raphael takes it on, right to tackle his former Man United colleague. Raphael, shot comes in, it's Visca, it's up in the air, and it's comfortably saved by Navas, but a good start to the second half for Istanbul Basaksehir. Goalless between Istanbul Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain, early stages in the second half, but signs are it's the home team who are on top as Mbappe breaks into the box, blocked well by Skirtle, reading the play once again, but looks like Mehmet Topal's picked up a problem here. Still goalless in the early stages of the second half between Basaksehir and Paris Saint-Germain. PSG look a bit forlorn at the moment, and it's the hosts that have played with any sort of spark, sometimes a bit too much. Both Alexandru Epreneu and Mehmet Topal have gone into the book so far in this second half. The best chance came from Emin Visca, cutting in off the left-hand side, right for the effort, forcing a good save by Keylor Navas down to his left. PSG, I have to say, just don't look at the races this evening. It could be famous last words. It's goalless at the moment. And Mehmet Topal, it was he with the clearance from the middle of the box, and it looks like he may be overstretched. Right hamstring potentially, not quite sure. He's had some treatment, and well, he's limping, but he won't want to go off. He's been around for a long time, a good player as well. And maybe when he can run off, we'll have to see. But I have to say, it's not been a masterpiece this game, but it's not been too. It's been exciting in that there's been chances at both ends. I'd probably give Istanbul Basaksehir the decision on points at the moment. They've been the team who have shown the most dynamism going forward. Sometimes they've been a bit too intricate, and if they can find that balance, they could be in business here. As again they play out from the back. And well, Topal's back on, and well, his first contribution on his return was to play a not so great back pass to Mert Junok, but the goalkeeper did well in the end. Crivelli was then not fouled according to the referee. Herrera, Di Maria, Eperenu, good reading of the game by the Moldovan there to stop what looked like a decent ball through to Moise Kean. And now Sarabia into Di Maria. Kurzawa, now Mbappe. Herrera, Marquinhos, and Danilo Pereira. Pereira steps forward, now Florenzi, Marquinhos centrally, not too much movement. Sarabia has provided movement since coming off though. He drops off, finds a Di Maria. Sarabia at the back post now, on his left foot, can look to cut inside. Little ball inside to Mbappe. Mbappe's in the area, steps over, lovely footwork, but good play by, I think it was Ozcan back there, who just got a foot in. Florenzi tries to work hard, can't though, and Emin Visco will break down the left-hand side. Is he going to run out of pitch? Just about keeps it in, going over the halfway line. Crivelli goes for the ball. Kimpembe though just uses his class, I was going to say there. He just put his body in the right position and made sure it didn't go through to his compatriot. Over the halfway line is Ander Herrera. Di Maria's becoming more and more involved, central position really. Mbappe turns and finds Florenzi. Kane makes the run towards the near post. Di Maria makes the one towards the penalty spot, and Mehmet Topal reads it, clears out for a goal kick. That was a lot better by Paris Saint-Germain. There's more third man running, there's more movement all in all, and it was a good clearance really by Mehmet Topal. You could tell he's not happy with his teammates. He just switched off for a second. As it looks like we're going to see a change. Hassan Ali Khalidarim is going to come on for Bolly Bolignoli at left back. Looks frustrating, maybe a muscle injury, you think, if that's the case. 30 years old is Khalidarim, so certainly has experience on his side. Corner kick to defend for the host. It's Di Maria towards the back post, and safety first from Raphael. Heads it out for another corner kick and tells his teammates to be a bit sharper with the marking. Still goalless if you just join us. Independent Off-Tube Studio commentary. Still 1-0 to Chelsea in the other game we're covering. It's Mbappe. It's a free header, and Moise Kean has put the ball into the net. That was poor marking all round by Istanbul Basaksehir here. Kylian Mbappe's corner was a good one because it found its man who was unmarked, and it's just poor as far as the defending goes there from the Turkish champions. You saw both Raphael and Mehmet Topal frustrated by the lack of defensive sharpness, I suppose. And we're just sitting there. Ken, he can't miss. I say he can't miss. It's actually quite a clever header. He just flicks it on into the far corner. 1-0 PSG. Paris Saint-Germain, perhaps not exactly deservedly, have taken the lead. And Moise Kean it is with a header from a Kylian Mbappe corner kick. Just signs really that Istanbul Basaksehir were going great guns going forward, but lacking a bit of sharpness at the back. Both Mehmet Topal and Rafael da Silva were not shy in showing their frustration to some of the teammates in recent times, and they paid for poor marking really. Good ball in by Mbappe, and Ken was there, clever header, just heads it over his right shoulder into the far corner. 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, 1-0, and well, it'll be interesting to see how PSG now attack or defend, I suppose, the rest of the game. Chiric's trying to get his team back on level terms straight off, but that wasn't to be the case, as Levin Kazari looked sharp this evening. Came across, ball in, Crivelli's looking for it, can't quite get there. Chiric is then sived down by Ankle Di Maria. I say sived down, I think he'd already slipped at Di Maria, and the right call was made, and he seems as he picked up an injury. Oh, he really went over on his right ankle there, Di Maria. He tried to stop, but he simply couldn't, and that's how he slid into Chiric. And this is a chance for Basaksehir from the left edge of the box. He looks okay, actually, does Di Maria. That's a good sign. Kimpembe's has he caught maybe a stray arm in the face? I'm not quite sure. He's gone down. But free kick then. Looks like both Cavetti and Chiric are over the ball, 17 and 23 respectively. Keylor Navas is looking less than impressed with his wall, I have to say. Palms outstretched, asking for a bit more urgency, I think, from the players in front of him. Both Cavetti and Chiric deep in conversation. Both of them fancy it. I think Chiric may have won the debate, though. And it's a decent effort over the crossbar, though. Just curling away. Struck it well, have to say, he struck it well. But couldn't find the target there. He's looked good, actually, Chiric. Playing on the left, looked like a real left winger early on, but then didn't quite fancy taking his man on at times, and switched to the right in the second half. And Emin Visca was similar. They both started with plenty of confidence, but no end product, I suppose. Visca's had a couple of shots saved by Navas. It's the best it's got for them. Oscan plays the ball off Marquinhos out for a throw-in on the near side. Looks like Demba Ba's going to join the action. 35 these days, the Senegalese. Familiar face to Premier League fans, of course. Chelsea, Newcastle, West Ham, all amongst his former clubs in England. And it will be Mehmet Topal who comes off, so certainly more attacking approach. Topal, maybe 34-year-old legs, maybe a hint of that injury he was being treated for. Is the man replaced? So Demba Ba goes up top alongside Enzo Crivelli. Yeah, so attacking change. It's good to see from a neutral point of view, isn't it? It's independent off Tube Studio commentary. It's 0-1. Basaksehir against Paris Saint-Germain. More games, of course, to come on this service this evening. Two from the Championship. Bournemouth against Bristol City. Luton against Nottingham Forest. And as the ball goes in the way, Danilo's been so good positionally this evening. Juventus beat Barcelona and Manchester United beat RB Leipzig in the Champions League as well. As Mbappe and Herrera forward ball, a bit chaotic really. Oscan then picks up the seconds. Now Chiric on this right hand side. Levin Kazawa's just showing him back towards his own goal. Chiric goes down a touch theatrically, but the ball is going to be Istanbul Basaksehir's, and a free kick, much to the frustration of Levin Kazari. Like I say, it looked like he was on the way out of the club over the summer, signed a new deal, linked with Arsenal, and linked with a number of clubs in England, Manchester United and Liverpool in the past as well. But it looks like it's a good bit of business to keep him in at the moment. Juan Bernat's out. So Cavalo's seeing plenty of football. It's towards the back post. Chiric's there, the head scope. Ehneru's involved, as is Martin Skirtle. One of them's fouled an opposition player, though. And it's out for a free kick. Just seeing it again. Moise Kean, it's really clever movement. Just moves away from the goalkeeper. No one's picking him up. I think it might be the new man, Khalidrim, who was potentially assigned to him, but he was marking the front post. Yeah, it strikes me as something they've looked at in the build-up to this game, and clever play by Ken, opening the scoring. .20 to go. 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, lost their opening Group H game to Manchester United 2-1 at the Parc des Princes last weekend. Last week rather. Here is Emin Visca over the halfway line, left-footed ball towards Kvetsi, helps it back in. Danilo, of course, gets the clearance, not fully cleared though. Khalidrim back into Crivelli, who tries to chest it and then find Churuk. Then Churuk turns, great save! Navas to his left-hand side. Great reflexes by the Costa Rican. And, he punches away second time around. That was spectacular by Navas. And now Mbappe. They've got probably an overlap if they can work it wide to Moise Kean. Yes, it's a 4-on-3 in PSG's favour. Kane inside to Mbappe. He's found Di Maria. Will it be 2-1? He plays it back to Mbappe rather than putting it in. That's the classic case of trying to pass the ball into the net. End-to-end stuff. Churuk forcing a fine save from Navas. And then at the other end, they just tried to pass it in. Now, Di Maria could have side-footed it home, I think. But no, tried to help it back. Didn't quite come off. And, well, the break's on again. Bit of space for Di Maria in the centre circle. Him and Rafael da Silva's pass will across, won't they, to Manchester United. And it's da Silva who wins that particular duel there. I'm just trying to look at how Basaksehir are playing. It's almost like Demba Ba is playing between the lines, the positions he's taking up at the moment. And his game's evolved. He often likes to play from the left. He was seen as a centre forward, wasn't he? But often played from the left, played from the right, and had that ability to drop off and make space, Demba Ba. So he plays an attacking midfielder. We're seeing that again. Danilo Pereira with the block. The Marquinhos' cleared header wasn't the best. It came to Churuk, who turned and struck for goal, and did a decent job of it, enough to force a fine save from Keylor Navas, who has been sharp this evening. Seeing it again as Rafinha and Thilo Kehrer are going to come on for Paris Saint-Germain. Di Maria's races run. He played well, the Argentine. Rafinha on loan from Barcelona. And Thilo Kehrer, the German, had his injury problems with right back. Rafinha going to the middle of the park. Rafinha is actually signed permanently for Paris Saint-Germain. Spells at Celta and Inter Milan alone, of course. And the brother of Liverpool's brilliant Thiago Alcantara. 2 caps for Brazil. Fine player. Just one of those who's had his injury problems. Here is Mbappe. First touch for Rafinha. Moves it on quickly. Good play. And looking, he had already looks pretty lively on his feet, trying to get involved as quickly as he can. Kazawa helps it back to Kimpembe. And back to Keylor Navas. Still 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain, but Istanbul Basaksehir have had a number of chances, and it's been Churuk who's been at the heart of things. First had a curling free kick that just went wide, but his best effort, and arguably the best save of the game, came soon after. It was a bit of a scramble at the back for Paris Saint-Germain. They've not been good at clearing the lines this evening. The ball came to him and he has turned really quickly. Final left-footed shot with his laces towards goal. Navas down to his left-hand side. A fine save by the Costa Rican, keeping it at 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. Clash of heads there, Moise Kean and a brand new, one of those in-game incidents, I suppose you'd call it. A defender I think Kane won it, but he was headed into by the defender who couldn't really do a lot about it, both attacking the ball. And well, quarter of an hour left or so. There might be a goal here for Istanbul Basaksehir, but if they're going to defend so poorly from set pieces, you can't see them keeping Paris Saint-Germain out if the chance arises for the visitors. Just seeing the header again, it's such poor defending. I suppose you've got to praise Kane all round really, because he was pretending to mark the goalkeeper. No one picked him up, and he found space and then had the wherewithal to just nod it behind him and into the goal. It's now 3-0 Chelsea lead. Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech has scored for the Blues, so it looks like a successful trip to Russia for Frank Lampard's men. As Rafinha passes forward, passes aimlessly though, it's cut out, and now Rafinha again into the feet of Mbappe. Mbappe wide left. Rafinha into the box, still going, blocked. His path was blocked by a succession of orange shirts, but the ball comes back to Paris Saint-Germain. Rafinha, Herrera, Marquinhos, wide to Kurzawa. Kane's on the penalty spot, biding his time. Doesn't make the run because the ball was never going to come. Here is Herrera into Sarabia. Gets it back of Mbappe. It was not the best pass by Mbappe. It was running away from him. Emin Viska helps his side out, going backwards. But that's the wrong end for as far as Viska's concerned. Now Kaldrim knocks it off of the retreating Sarabia, and a throw in taken quickly to Viska. Controlled by him. Switch of play looking for Rafael Kurzawa's looking to win it in the air. It's real. Well, there's no pattern to this game at the moment. It's quite strange. Here is Rafinha though. He's going forward. Little back heel. Wanted the foul. Was never going to come though. They've gone real 4-3-3 now actually, Paris Saint-Germain, with Marquinhos, Herrera and Rafinha in the engine room. Now Zurich switches the play to Demba Ba. First time really seen him run with the ball. Here he comes, and Sarabia tried to foul him. Crivelli turns. Oh, he's not had his touch this evening. He's still going though, Crivelli. He turned, rather than put his foot through, he tried to turn his man, and maybe it wasn't quite on. And Paris Saint-Germain get away with that. It wasn't great defending by Kimpembe, but Crivelli, it's not had his touch, like I say. The ball just eluded him when he's just needed that bit of luck or fortune or whatever you want to call it. Thilo Kehrer gets his first touch off the bench at right back. Mbappe into Herrera. Kehler's got space on the right hand side. Sarabia now into the feet of Rafinha. Mbappe 30 yards from goal, drops the shoulder, goes right to Kehrer. Mbappe can't control it, then Moise Kean. Oh, lovely play by the Italian. He just had too much skill for the opposition. The ball came to him, touched to his right foot, he was going away from goal and turned and found the bottom corner. All about him this evening. He's been really sharp throughout the game, and they struggled to get the ball to him in the first half, but things have just come together for him in the second. Hopefully you get to see another replay of that, because that was a great play by the striker. The ball bobbled to him, he found space, and with his right foot teed himself up to turn and fire towards goal. 2-0 Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain lead 2-0, and once again it's Moise Kean with the goal. It's been a real frenetic second half really. There's no real pattern of play, but in the end it looks like PSG's class is going to show. Kane scored the opener with a header.